Hello and welcome to another very special episode of On Board with Cruise Passenger. I'm Rose Jacobs, your host.
And I'm Peter Lynch, Editor-in-Chief of cruisepassenger.com.au and Cruise and Travel magazine.
Now, if you've been tuning in for this month, the month of October, then you'll know that we've been doing a series of very special podcasts celebrating Cruise Month right here in Australia.
And all over the world, Rose. That's 20.4 million people who took to cruising in the last 12 months.
Whoa!
That's a lot of celebrating.
That's a lot of champagne. Now, Cruise Month is for new and seasoned cruise passengers.
And to cap it all, it's also the month when our own season here in Australia gets underway, with all the major lines from around the world sending their best ships from the Mediterranean and the Caribbean to dock on our shores.
Yes, we love this. And so far, our previous episodes have covered everything that you will need to know about ocean cruising and also river cruising.
Yes, next comes a subject that I think is quite close to your heart, Rose.
You know me too well, Peter. Let's get out the white gloves and the champagne flutes. We're talking luxury.
Steady on now, Rose.
Yes, that did make me sound like a little bit of a lush. But I have to say, as a country girl and as a single mama, I would like to state for the record that the word luxury doesn't necessarily just mean spa treatments, crisp champagne, and outrageously expensive cruising.
You're on the money there, Rose. These days, after the pandemic, the word luxury really is being redefined.
I agree entirely because for so many cruisers, luxury is actually about the attention to detail. And I really personally feel this. And it's about having a sense of space. Being away from big crowds or from the kids.
So true. Luxury can mean many things to different people, as we know. Time, for instance, is a luxury for some. But one thing is quite universal: the need to travel.
And for many, it's about doing it in style, where money is no object.
Certainly people feel they deserve the best after the pandemic, but they still want value. And that's really why we're doing this podcast, to point out that luxury isn't just about money.
No, that's right. We've seen some spectacular examples of the drive to get the best. One cruise line had a world cruise sell out in, how long do you think, Peter? 30 minutes.
30 minutes.
30 minutes. And another sellout before it even hit the market, thanks to past guests who are so passionate.
That is amazing.
It's extraordinary.
But today we're talking about two well-known luxury lines and a brand new one.
Crystal Cruises, love the sound of that, don't you? Has recently made a comeback after being bought from its previous owners. It's now in the hands of the upmarket travel group A&K and is better than ever, according to their reviewers.
Silversea has changed hands recently as well. It is now owned by Royal Caribbean and has been adding new and revolutionary ships to its luxury and expedition fleets.
And also Explorer, with an A on the end. Explorer is a line in its first season from the well-known cruise operator MSC, and already carving out a fantastic reputation for straddling both adventure and luxury. That's not easy to do.
Really interesting. So what should you expect on a luxury cruise? As you've mentioned, Rose, it's no longer as simple as a spa, a pool, nice toiletries, room service and a bottle of champagne.
Although that sounds pretty good.
Though that does sound essential. Passengers are prepared to pay more for the ultimate experience at sea. And due to the sharp rise of travel across the globe, one of the biggest elements of luxury is about the desire to escape the crowds and discover a sense of serenity.
Yes, and it's becoming a priority now. It's no longer a luxury, really, if you think about it. So Crystal Cruises have stood the test of time for delivering these luxury elements and much more. Their latest ships accommodate just 606 guests and they boast nearly one staff member per guest. When you're on board and you notice that personally, it is the world of difference. These guest to staff ratios speak volumes when it comes to the sensation that you feel on board, as luxury is defined by many, including myself, as personalised attention. You feel seen. And it's all returning to Australia this summer.
After a multi-million dollar refurbishment, Crystal has relaunched with two ships, Crystal Symphony and Crystal Serenity, once the most awarded ships at sea. Did you know more than 80% of the staff have returned to Crystal after being forced to leave when a previous owner ran into financial difficulties during COVID?
Well, that says a lot. When the staff are returning,
Huge amount.
that's brand loyalty, and it says everything you need to know.
Now we'll get to see this in action when Crystal Symphony commences cruising in Australian waters in December 2023, and on the first of 7 close-to-home voyages through Australia, New Zealand and Southeast Asia.
Think the only Nobu restaurant at sea
Oh, delicious.
on board both ships.
And one of the most celebrated fusion cuisine eateries, blending traditional Japanese dishes with Peruvian ingredients.
Oh, they're my favourites. The line's 2025 voyages are already available to book, as is a 2025 world cruise. I don't think they'll stick around for long. You
They
better
won't,
get in there.
they
yeah.
won't.
Crystal is also proud of their new look, wellness focus. Now, this really speaks to my heart.
I knew it would.
Yes, with a 3,000 plus square foot fitness centre complete with personalised exercise regimes and fine dining cuisine designed for the most health conscious of foodie travellers. A PGA qualified golf pro is on board for those seeking lessons at the golf driving nets. And the Crystal Penthouse Suite is up to 87 metres squared with a 10 metre squared balcony.
Sounds fabulous.
You could be up one end of the balcony, Peter, sunbaking, and I'd be up the other end.
With the golfing pro.
Yeah, don't.
Playing
You
golf.
read my mind.
Find out more at crystalcruises.com.
It sounds fabulous.
Now, Explorer Journeys have also raised the bar, offering an ambience that redefines luxury with a new era of contemporary design and an opportunity for inner and outer discovery. Explorer have tapped into the luxury mindset of travellers.
Now, Explorer 1 set sail on her maiden journey just a few weeks ago, and she is the first of 6 luxury ships. Remarkable itineraries will blend renowned destinations with lesser travelled ports.
They say their journeys celebrate discovery. The ships will be equipped with the latest in environmental supporting and marine
I
technologies.
like that.
Explorer Journeys will introduce a unique, all-inclusive luxury travel experience for those who want to explore differently.
On board, guests will experience sophisticated settings and service that feels exclusive, yet entirely welcoming amidst a cosmopolitan ambience complemented by the timeless gold thread of European luxury.
Every guest room is a suite. Every suite has an ocean view and a private terrace. They are sumptuous and inviting.
I want to be there now.
Exactly.
And in terms of food, we all know food is very important to cruises these days. Choice and flexibility come to life through culinary offerings for every palate, with 18 distinct restaurants, bars and lounges created to celebrate global cooking talents and local provenance.
The line offers subtle experiences with enormously talented artists for entertainment, alongside experts and luminaries. And ashore, destination experiences offer a myriad of ways for travellers to discover the world.
Now, Explorer's other proud boast, as if that wasn't enough, we will reconnect guests with what matters most, themselves. Isn't that That just says everything, doesn't it? I
Well,
can relate to this, Peter.
I'm pretty connected to myself, Rose, I think.
Good,
But
because you cruise a lot.
But Explorer also connects guests with the world around them, and that really is important.
Yes, for me, it is about being out there in Mother Nature and just slowing down.
So true.
Explorer One has 461 oceanfront suites, so every guest will enjoy that sweeping ocean view and a private terrace where you can really feel that salt air while being spoilt for choice with sophisticated, varied experiences across these 18 food and beverage venues.
6 restaurants, 5 bars, and lounges, plus in suite dining, 4 pools, private cabanas, spa, and redefined entertainment. Not bad.
Not bad at all. And the exclusive menus are curated by chefs from Michelin star restaurants, of course.
With sailings between 5 and 52 nights, Explorer Journey's inaugural collection covers Northern Europe, Iceland and Greenland, the USA and Canada, the Caribbean, Pacific Coast, Hawaii, and the Mediterranean.
Is there anywhere not discovered? I would like to think they're all my favourite places on earth. And personally, I can't wait to get into the 9,700 square foot
Whoa.
indoor and outdoor wellness and fitness facilities for a spot of spiritual renewal.
Absolutely. That'll reconnect. Find out more at explorerjourneys.com.
Now, Silversea are renowned for their ultimate ultra-luxury small ship cruises. This is a real niche in itself.
Yes.
Their point of difference is about the all-inclusive exclusivity. Try saying that after a few champagnes on board. Offering peace of mind that everything is taken care of during your cruise. And all you have to do is simply enjoy being pampered by your private butler, in-suite dining, and ample public spaces. Yes.
Silversea have no more than 350 suites on their largest ships,
Mm.
ensuring a sense of space while also being able to berth at more exclusive destinations as a small ship line. They also collect guests from their homes, see them through the airport, right up to their cabin on the ship.
Wow, is that because guests can't be trusted to actually get there themselves?
They don't want to think about it. It's this demand for smaller luxury cruising experiences that has given rise to the new era of luxury yachting.
I'm sorry, 2 of my favourite words. Say that again.
Luxury yachting.
Oh my God. This is music to my ears. For those who have not heard of luxury yachting, I mean, I've always heard of the haves and the have yachts, but this is next level.
Well, now passengers can enjoy the luxury yachting experience without having to be the owners of these yachts, which is very good because I actually own a yacht and it's very expensive.
It's very small, though. Let's just remind our listeners.
Up in the yard right now having its bottom scraped, but that's another story. The Ritz-Carlton have launched their own luxury yacht collection, promoting themselves as the luxury lifestyle of the Ritz-Carlton, combined with the casual freedom of a yachting vacation. These cruises take their guests to island hideaways with world-class specialty restaurants and activities that would have you forget it's not your own personal super yacht.
I'd forget pretty easily. I'd be walking around like I own the place in no time.
Exactly. Guests can launch themselves from the aft marina for a kayak ride or a public paddleboard, or dine al fresco while you watch fellow passengers enjoy their water sports.
Oh, you'd be sitting there
Paddleboard
watching.
is about it.
You'd be watching me paddle past. Peter,
I would.
Peter, over here.
I would indeed.
But also now Scenic, everyone knows and loves Scenic, they've entered into this luxury yachting space with an emphasis on indulgence and discovery. The Scenic Eclipse has 550 metres squared gold leaf emblazoned spa.
Wow.
That sounds like my kind of spa. Thank you very much. It's perfect for the elite total of 228 guests on board. Now, guests are encouraged to unleash their inner explorer, all in the name of luxurious experiences, through the Discovery Centre, where they can be fitted with insulated boots before stepping from the marina onto polar ice caps or kayaks or zodiacs.
Still carrying their champagne, no doubt.
Yes.
One thing's for sure, Rose, luxury is indeed being redefined in many, many different forms.
Absolutely. And something tells me, Peter, that you may have a personal story that you'd like to share with us about maybe your favourite experience of a
Well,
luxury cruise.
I must say, it's a while ago, but I so remember when you hit the beach in a Sea Dream Yacht Club ship. Old, elegant, but very beautiful. The staff use an upturned surfboard to serve you champagne and caviar right there in the water. And I want you to think here, they're still wearing their evening shirts and their bows.
No.
Absolutely.
Were they swimming?
They were in shorts.
That's impressive. That is everything, isn't
I
it?
think the whole art is to keep the blinis crisp.
Without being hit by the next wave. Well, my favourite story of luxury cruising was on the Irrawaddy in Myanmar.
Love it.
And we had just spent this fabulous day on the riverbanks getting up close and local with these beautiful kids in a local school, but it had been raining a lot and it was the water festival. So our boots were muddy. We were really feeling part of nature. And then, of course, you step back on board the cruise at the end of the day, and I felt terrible because this was a beautiful timber, immaculate boat. And unfortunately, my boots were so muddy, but I needn't have worried because my personal butler immediately took my boots from me and hand cleaned them whilst I was ushered through into the bar area where, I just had to sit back and relax and remember what a wonderful day we'd all had.
Perfect.
That's the point of difference, where I felt special. I didn't have to worry about anything and I was just left to enjoy.
Yep, so true. And that's really what it's about, isn't it? Personal service and knowing that you're being completely looked after.
That's it. And I think there's no price that you can put on that. But that to me is the definition of luxury today.
Very true.
Now, sadly, that is all we have time for today. But don't forget the next edition of Cruise and Travel, our gorgeous print magazine, is on sale now at selected newsagents, or subscribe at cruisepassenger.com.au/magazine.
Happy reading and see you all next time for another exciting episode of On Board with Cruise Passenger.
Thanks, Peter. See you.
Thanks. Thanks, Rose.